Ah!
Jeez. Gonna have super dark.
It's like I've got a little lantern.
That's actually really cool. Where did you get that light?
One of Amanda's friends gave it. They were just throwing stuff out of their attic that they didn't want.
Right. And you just took it.
Can you like over the top of this? Can you put like a MIDI version of the Harry Potter song?
Yeah, of course.
There we go. Boom! Oh.
Whoa. Okay.
Well, here we are. I'll turn the light on.
Nice. Oh, that looks nice.
I'd like to leave this on, but honestly, this gets like it's like molten lava after 5 seconds.
It's gonna burn
really
through
cool.
the desk.
Yeah, I think if you look, the bulb is exposed. That's the biggest health hazard I think I've ever seen.
Incredibly dangerous.
Yeah, so yeah.
Just like fucking chuck it at the wall.
Just start. You see the fire like just continue behind me.
Yeah, got to record though. Got to finish recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was I don't know if I maybe I said this when
we have to say welcome back to the
no we don't fuck 'em.
fourth
I was
and last episode of
I want to talk about me.
Okay, go on. I had to say it.
No, go on.
I just had to say welcome back to the fourth and last episode of the Matt and Ryan Show podcast.
Yeah, thanks everyone. We know that your support's been amazing over the years. But yeah, this is the last one we'll ever do. Thank God, honestly.
Pretty sick of it at this point, to be honest.
I'm too famous to be doing shit like this, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't want to be here.
You just want to go and play your Sony-sponsored PS5.
Yeah, which I actually have right here. I'll only show the corner of it. Ooh! We will be giving away free PS5s. So watch the whole video because at some point we will give you a code.
We're going to disperse parts of the code throughout the video. So you can't just like skip to the end. You have to watch all of it.
Yeah, so we'll give you the first letter is G. So there you go, guys. So keep watching to find out more. What I wanted to start with, I've been trying to be a bit more healthy recently. I think I said this 2 episodes ago, but I think it might have not been during the actual recording. But basically, I've just been my thing is I just don't drink enough water, and I used to be really good at it, but also I've just been eating just shit like chocolate and stuff. So I thought, right, I'm going to cut out chocolate and I'm going to cut out alcohol because I've been drinking a lot of rum. And this weird prosecco stuff that Amanda buys.
What's your go-to rum brand?
Captain Morgan's. I do like Kraken for
Kraken's
dark,
good.
but Kraken's good. This is not. No, yeah, fuck it. Sponsored. This is sponsored by. This whole podcast is sponsored by Sony and Captain Morgan's and Kraken.
2 competing rum brands are sponsoring.
Yes,
the video.
but they wanted it so badly.
They were willing to compromise.
So I was like, right, I'm gonna make a point of cutting all this out, and then subconsciously I've made weird purchasing decisions. I bought the other day these biscuits that have got Baileys in them, they're chocolate covered biscuits with Baileys alcohol in it. So I realized I've given up alcohol and I've given up chocolate. Well, I'm trying to eat better, and yet I'm eating alcohol chocolate instead. It's
you're just cutting out the middleman.
Yeah, I've cut out the middleman. I'm just having everything in one package, really. So I'm actually happy about that.
That's good.
Because it's Christmas. It's getting to Christmas. No one really goes on a diet around Christmas, if they're honest.
See, my plan is to diet and get buff as shit in the next 2 weeks before Christmas.
Because then you can go back and you can bust through the door.
Yeah, exactly. And then just get fat over Christmas.
Yeah, because then you'll have that muscle to convert into fat. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's a good plan. To be fair, I like it. I like it a lot. So what have you been? You know, wait. There's one thing I want to start. I've been playing Spider Black.
Black Man.
Black Man. I've been playing Miles Morales.
Miles Morales.
Miles,
My
the
chair
morals
is,
of
I'm sorry.
Miles Morales.
Sorry, my chair is super squeaky, so you might be able to hear that.
Oh, that's what I could have heard. Yeah, I heard that before in the previous episodes, but I had no idea what it was.
Yeah,
I
it
thought
was.
you had like a mouse or some
I
like.
know it was super bad there, so I'm trying not to move as much as possible.
I
But
thought you had some sort of like Pinky in the Brain shit going on behind you on the shelf that's up there in the top behind you. Like
oh, yeah. I
two
mean,
little rats that are
I
trying to
do,
like
but
climb
that's
over
not
the
what you
mic.
were hearing.
Oh, all right, good. Thank God for that. Oh, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So I've been playing Miles Morales. Just want to share a clip of the first 1 minute that I was actually playing this game. It's not spoilers because this is literally maybe the first minute or two of gameplay you do. And the reason I want to show you this is because it's getting a lot of good reviews and I'm actually really enjoying it. I'm like 5 hours I've been playing it, maybe 6. It's really good, it's really fun. It just improves on some stuff from the last one. But man, is it kind of fucked sometimes.
Okay. Fucked is in what sense?
As in, it's buggy. It's like a buggy mess. In a kind of funny way. So I'll show you my Right. We'll have to watch it through this. But if you look, here is my. This is from a part. Right? Can you see this?
Yes, I can see. Oh, Rhino.
Yeah. So this is like a scripted section where you've got to ride Rhino essentially. It's within the first minute. It doesn't matter. But obviously, this is all spectacle, and it's like kind of it's exciting and engaging. QTEs.
Obviously.
But then look what happens to me. Right, let me skip forward.
Oh,
here we go.
That's cool.
Watch this shit.
Wait. What?
I got stuck like this for a minute. I had to restart the game.
Oh no.
And if you look, it's funny because everyone's like frozen in time. Obviously, with the motion blur, it's really you can't really tell. And I couldn't go anywhere. And the funny thing is, it's playing like mall music, like Christmassy mall music in the background.
So I imagine like the footsteps of Rhino and all that shit is just cut out, and that's all you can hear.
But like, come on, this is in the first 2 minutes of this game.
That's like you really want to leave a good impression, like right at the start of your game. That should be like like the very start and the very end of your game should be the most polished part. Well, we've got a little infinite mirror thing going on there. Oh, we did.
What, just then? Oh yeah.
I mean,
but it's really good. It is good. Miles is really endearing, like he was in the first one.
Yeah.
But they just they go right in on his like Puerto Rican heritage and his family and Christmas.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. It's just a Christmassy game. That's the only reason I really wanted it.
That's good. A Christmassy game.
I was going to talk to you about Christmassy games. Like, do you have any that like bring back memories or that you kind of try to play each year leading up to Christmas?
Weirdly, like, you know, like I think it's Call of Duty Modern Warfare like 2. Like they have like snow sections. Like it really just any game with a snow section. Like I don't care whether it's like you're shooting terrorists or you're just sledding about in like a Mario game. But yeah, like Call of Duty type stuff. The
most Christmassy of games.
Yeah, obviously. Remember, no Russian. Right when you like go and shoot all the in the airport. One for me as well is Far Cry 3.
Oh, nice choice.
Because I have a super specific memory of when that game had come out. or like around that time, it had like we'd had like a really bad snowstorm, and we had to walk in, but like they hadn't cancelled school, and we had to walk. Well, I had to walk into school that morning, and by the time between the time it had taken for us to leave the house and get to school, they had cancelled school. So I was really pissed off, and like the snow was just getting worse and worse. So I had to come all the way back. But when I finally did, I just spent the entire day playing Far Cry 3.
That's pretty good. I hated that about our school in particular, because it was like they would be the last one. You know, like in the Simpsons episode in the first season, Bart gets an F, I think.
Right.
Don't quote me on my Simpsons lore knowledge, but there's an episode where Bart he needs to pass a test, otherwise if he gets held back or something, and he keeps failing. Like in his brain, he keeps like seeing visions of the future that are going to be like depressing. And on the day of the test, there's a snow day.
Nice.
I think it might be a book report or something actually, but he's like, right, this is my chance to get it done. But obviously he's getting distracted by everything outside. And he's listening on the radio in the morning, and it's like every school is being shut, and then right at the end, it's like a long pause, and then Seymour's like, and Springfield Elementary is shut. And that was what happened with us. It was always that. Checking the really primitive Google at the time on the like our school site.
Always be the last
refreshing it. Oh man. They didn't give a shit about like what happened, because I remember like there was one year when it should have shut, and I think it did after a couple of days. But people were like, all these like baby-brained kids were like falling over and like cracking their skulls in the car park and shit.
I remember like super like specific areas even in our school where there would always be like really icy spots when it snowed, and you could just like sit and watch people just go and fall over.
Just play like the Benny Hill theme, like while they're running around. But like that was oh god, I hated that about school. That was like the worst thing, because like that pressure, because in your mind you're like, I'm not going in.
Yeah.
But your parents can be like, no, you're going in.
Yeah, like they don't care. Like it's dangerous. It's like physically dangerous to go in.
When I have kids, even if there's like sleet where there's not gonna be an issue. Like sleet means that it's not icy. It's not gonna set because it's too wet. That's it. My kids aren't going to school.
You'll be like, yeah, you can stay at home. Fuck it.
I will hinder their learning and education so that I can have a day off too. Because then I don't have to go into work.
Or you can be like, oh, I have to stay home and look after my kids.
Oopsie.
Oopsie poopsie.
But then they'll be like, yeah, but why have you kept them in? And I'll be like, that's none of your business, honestly.
Yeah, so they haven't shut down schools. What are you talking about?
I was thinking about wintry games earlier, and like mine are really. I've got two extremely specific ones. Right. One, you might remember why I've chosen one of these. Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah, I remember. I specifically remember that. Holy shit.
We were all in my room for some reason, and I was playing Assassin's Creed 2. And I think everyone just ended up in my room, like a whole family.
Yeah,
and we
just like, watching. Yeah, just watching you play Assassin's Creed 2.
Yeah, while it was like, when it snows in England, it gets really like, you can tell it's going to snow, can't you? Because at night it's orange. It's like completely orange outside, and it's awesome. I just remember that, and then
it's like the way the clouds or something like form. I don't know what it is, but.
And then my second was Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, the PS2 game.
Right.
And I've been trying to find some footage, but there is not one person who has uploaded footage that is beyond 360p, so it looks tragic.
There's not even like a single audioless let's play or something.
There is audioless. It's just like there's no commentary on this, but like, I mean, can you make out what's happening here?
I can just about tell. I
But
mean,
you can play as fucking Hermione and Ron, maybe.
already though,
Harry.
I can tell this looks fun as fuck.
This is sick. This game, because it was kind of open world, like you could run around there was a winter section
Ooh.
when it's all snowy, like the film. And you could just run around, you could run outside Hogwarts grounds and all this shit.
Hogsmeade, whatever it was called.
Hogsmeade, yeah, it was awesome. And the controls were good. It didn't look like the PS1's shitty characters anymore. It actually like stepped its game up. Well done, EA. Big up EA.
Well, maybe not.
Maybe not now, no.
But good for them in the
a
PS2
rat.
days. Fucking dirty rat. Ubisoft's Me Too reckoning. God. I always get to see like snippets of what you have planned to talk about, like earlier on when you close tabs.
There's nothing that interesting today. There's just like
No good news.
Oh, wait, actually. Mm.
Yeah, I didn't really plan any like news things to talk about, or like even just stuff I was interested in.
I mean, there's nothing going on. Everyone is just. Oh no. Okay, right. I wanted to talk about again. For like 3 episodes we've talked about the cringe of like gaming media.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really hit the peak. It's hit the pinnacle, the Dante's peak.
What's happened this time? Also, great movie.
Just like no one can buy these consoles. No one. Maybe like 20% of people who were going to buy one have got one secured that may be coming. In the UK, ours gets released on Wednesday, I think. But all these people put up, like all these social media influencers and gaming journalists and all this, who have been given the consoles for 3 weeks in advance, are all like, oh my God, guys, I'm so proud that we can all share this moment. Like, I'm so happy that you all get to experience what I've been experiencing. And if you look at comments from people who put stuff like that on Twitter, people are like, bruh, we can't get the console. No one's buying it.
So we hope you all get to enjoy it as much as we have. No,
yeah,
we can't.
That privilege that comes with like, oh, it's so like out of, what's the word? When you're out of...
You're just out of touch.
Out of touch.
Like disillusioned with reality.
Like Jeff Keighley, bless him. I love the guy. He's so like... blurs the line between cringe and you kind of want him to be like your uncle.
Yeah, he's a nice guy, but
he put up a poll and he was like, "Which one did you get?" And there was Xbox, PS5, or neither. Neither was like 80% on the poll, and all the comments were like,
"I couldn't get
one. Bruh, we can't get them."
Bruh moment, haha, hilarious.
We cannot get them.
We cannot get it here.
Oh. But it's
we
so
do not have the
shit,
PlayStation in Africa.
There are Africans living in like third world like huts that have got PS5s.
Yeah,
and we don't.
I like all the memes I keep seeing on like Twitter and stuff, of someone will post like a photo of like, hey, I just got my PS5 or whatever, and then the like top reply to it is like someone doxing them with like that photo of like a mask and like knives and stuff. Be like, I see you soon.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, some guy. I saw that. Yeah, he got doxed, and yeah, someone put the Google Maps of where he was.
Yep. I think that one was the guy who was like he was scalping them basically. Like he bought a bunch of them and was
That's
selling
fair
them.
enough.
Which
scalpers can suck a dick.
He fucking deserves that.
But it's like, why do scalp like anyone who goes for like a scalper offer? It's not like they're not making more of these consoles.
They're actively being like, shit, we need to make more of these. People want them.
Yeah. Plus, there's been loads of issues with, I think we were talking last time. I know the vape thing was fake, but there have been loads of like hard crashes, resets. People have had to send them back. Yeah. Like,
there's that whole fucking issue with downloading where basically you can like download like one game and then it keeps like taking up space or something. I forget exactly what's going on.
It's like the great Skyrim issue of 2011, where like Skyrim on the PS3, if you saved, the autosave would keep doubling up on top of the file that was already there. And I remember playing it, and I got like 5 hours in, and my hard drive was full of just save data.
Just that one save.
Fucking Skyrim. But there was like no way they had to patch it, and then you had to like reset the game and completely start again. And
Oh, that sucks.
what other news? I was trying to think of any news other than gaming. There was one thing. Did you see that? So Johnny Depp obviously has been going through probably the worst experience of anyone's lives, having to deal with someone like Amber Heard.
Amber Turd.
Amber Turd.
Amber Turd belongs in prison.
That's a terrible pun, but
Yeah.
that's the kind of thing like game theory would say. But like,
I'm sorry, I can't let that go. Game theory doing a video on why Johnny Depp is innocent. That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah. I mean, that's their usual content, isn't it?
Basically. I don't even know what they do anymore.
No. I watched a film theory the other day because I haven't watched any of their stuff for like years.
Right.
And like they're enjoyable for what they are, but man, the cringe, like you know when it sends shivers down your spine.
It's that
I think
strong.
it's just Matt's like delivery. Still,
really? Is it still?
Yeah, like, I do like it and everything, but like, fuck me,
welcome back to game theory.
That's just a film theory. Yeah, because the fact that like they don't write any of their own stuff, they don't write the like the actual scripts for the episodes or anything. So like, it's I don't know. They're so disingenuous about it. Like at the start, I watched about Winnie the Pooh.
What?
And at the start, he's like, there I am, just sat on my sofa, and I'm thinking, what should I watch when the nephews are here? I know. And he's like, go for this. And then you look at the credits in the description, and it's like written by two completely random people.
But it's always as well that like they don't come up with the theories. There are always theories that have like existed for like however many years like on the internet. They just take them and like actually like format them basically.
Yeah, which I appreciate. It's just that I remember like when they used to kind of do the research themselves.
Yeah.
But I guess everyone needs to outsource, especially when you become that big. I suppose you've got so many things to think about and plan and behind the scenes. But
I feel like they probably come out with game and film theory videos like every couple of days now, whereas it used to be like 1 or 2 a month you'd do.
Yeah.
Like at most.
But is it quantity over quality, or is it?
Yeah, I much enjoy I'm way more enjoy the ones where it's like they say they have to like figure out like exactly how tall like Link from Legend of Zelda is, and they go like pixel by pixel in every game. Like stuff like that I find like way more interesting than just like Winnie the Pooh is actually the gluttony.
Feminazi.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, okay, those ones I do really like, but yeah. I was trying to think of like, there's a thing like that. It's really mundane, but it's really cool. There's a channel called She Says, I think, and it's a guy who goes in and breaks games, and he gives you like views of the map. He goes in, looks around to find like hidden things that developers left there, usually in Nintendo games, and it's so interesting. But at the same time, you're like watching a 20-minute episode, and you're like halfway through, your brain ticks, and you're like, I'm just watching a guy fly through the map of like Kid Icarus or something. Like, I should be trying to make money or make a living for myself, but I'm not. I'm watching this guy.
That's so sad.
Clip through the ground to see like a boot that may have been left there, but it has no reason to.
Oh god, it's like there's this random boot 30,000 meters away from the main map of the game. What does it mean?
Yeah. There's some cool ones where it's like half the time in every Nintendo game with Princess Peach, her eyes, if you go slightly behind her head, she's got like demonic eyes, and she's always like fucked. She's always like having like a meltdown.
Why?
It's quite funny. But it's not even like they reuse the same model, so I don't know. It's just interesting.
They just like to do it.
But I don't know. Game, like, what were we talking about? Games, like console stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And the thing is, I keep saying to myself, I don't care. All the games that I want to play are coming out on everything. But then I look at Demon Souls.
And you're like, oh, that is a good looking one.
And then I'm like, do I get up at midnight on Wednesday and try and secure myself
Possibly.
PS5?
I mean, even then, like, the games do look better, like a lot better. I do think. Like, I saw like a direct comparison of like the Spider-Man
Digital
remake.
Foundry.
I don't know. But yeah, it was like a direct comparison of like Spider-Man PS4 and the PS5 version, and it just looks like looking from a distance you probably wouldn't tell, but when you actually go up close and you look at like the lighting and stuff, it looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, I thought the same thing about Miles Morales, because I was playing that and I was like, this looks really nice. Like, it's great. Like the lighting and like the snow and everything, and the kind of scenery they've done make it look snowy and wintry. And then I looked at the comparison of the PS5 version, and and I'm like, shit, like I'm a peasant. But
I'm not exactly sure how like the game like rendering and stuff works, but if you have the PS4 like disc version, and then you get like a PS5, will it still be the PS4 version, or will it like?
So this is something that loads of people have been confused about, because essentially you can put in your PS4 disc and it will play. You can just play it, or you can obviously upgrade and play a remastered version of it, which is the PS5 version. But there's still like two apps, so you could still accidentally. What's been happening with like Call of Duty, for example?
Yeah,
people have been buying it on PS4 and then getting their PS5s delivered, then playing it on PS5, but without realizing they're playing the PS4 version.
Okay.
Because you have to manually select to download the installation file of the next gen version. So people have been playing like Miles Morales PS4 on their PS5 and being like, "Where's the difference?"
So you can play that
automatic.
PS5 version. It's just most people don't. Okay.
What's really interesting though is the fact that like we all wanted backwards compatibility. For years, and then they've done it, and they've kind of gone a step further. Like people were saying that playing Ghost of Tsushima on a PS5 now, because it's backwards compatible, you're not just playing the disc, it's installing like a new file that makes it run at 60 frames per second. There's some texture updates, and apparently it just looks even like incredible.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
So that's like stuff that came out like a while ago. You can go back. It's like Xbox as well. There's games from like 10 years ago that no one remembers. Like King Kong, the original Peter Jackson film, the game.
I remember that game. That was awesome.
Right. I have a weird, like, that is one of those games. When I first think, right, I can't even, how do I word my experience of that game? I loved the film. I went and saw it with our Grampy, I think.
Probably
kind of weird, because I remember like it getting to the weird kind of bestiality bits where it was like, are they gonna bang?
Is she gonna bang King Kong when he's like looking out on the sunset?
Sat next to your grandpa, and there's like sexual overtones.
There's like sexual tension between a woman and a gorilla, and you're just like,
you're
like, seeing this, right?
But like, I loved the film when I was like younger, and then I had a PSP. And all I saw was advertisements for the PSP version of the game. I was like, oh my God, yes, I need it. I think I bought it with my own pocket money or something. Played it, and it was like disjointed levels from the main version of the game. So it was like 5 levels that were like 20 minutes long, cut from the PS2 and Xbox 360 versions of the game. And I was like, why? Like, I remember thinking, like, I didn't know any better, because I was like, I don't know, like 25 or something. And I was
you knew something was up, but you didn't know what.
Yeah, because I didn't have the brain power to like look it up and see like what other versions look like. I did have a demo on the PC for it, but it was 1 level, so I just assumed that everything was the same. And then like 10 years later, maybe longer, and I looked it up and I was like, oh my God, I played like 10% of the original game. I can't believe they got away with shit like that.
That's fucking sneaky, because you know, like, it's gonna be dumb kids playing the PSP version, so you're like, it's like they know that they can get away with it, And because kids don't have that brain power to realize as well, like that a PSP can't, do the same things a PS3.
Graphics.
Yeah.
It's funny because whenever I think of the PSP, I was like one of the first ones to get one out of like my friend group. And I think I've told the story on something before. Maybe we've done. I used to take it into school and like I used to charge my friends to look up like porn on it.
You charged them.
Either chocolate bars or like pound coins.
That's good.
We'd go to like the back of the field, and at the back of the school field, you'll remember, people's houses backed onto the school fence.
Yeah, I remember.
So you could connect to their Wi-Fi because back then no one really had password security.
Right.
So I used to like be there like hacking into their mainframe on the PSP and just not even porn, just boobs,
Just
boobies,
look up boobs.
like big boobs, small boobs, black boobs, and like
God,
all my friends would be like, "Oh my god!"
God, you were hustling like back in the day.
I was a real one. Then like my PSP got confiscated while I stood in the queue to go into our science lesson with, I don't want to say her name, but she was a bitch, Miss Ellard. She was like she was a science teacher. I was literally talking to one of my friends about it, and we were literally looking at a naked lady, and then she comes past, and it gets yanked out of my hand.
Oh.
And it was like an anime moment where you look when I'm looking to the right and the left, and it's like there's loads of like layers of me everywhere.
The background's like washed out. It's just like.
And I'm like, ah! And there's like one bead of sweat, and I'm like, ah, ah, ah. And she had it, and she was like, "Why do you think it's okay to have this in the line?" And while she's standing there, like
it's showing.
Exaggerating, it's just there. The image is there on the screen.
Oh my God.
And I think it timed out with something, so it was lucky she didn't see it, and I had to go back like the next day and get it. But fucking hell. I remember back then. I wasn't into. Everyone was playing like Call of Duty and stuff like on the PS2 and PS3 and everything, and I was playing like Ratchet or like
Yeah.
I played like Resistance and stuff because I enjoyed that more than like Call of Duty at the time, so a bit more sci-fi. But I was much more into like platformers and like baby games. I remember having a PSP, and I'm there playing like Medieval.
Oh, great game.
Yeah, a great game. And then the guy next to me is there playing like Pursuit Force, I think it was called, where you're a police guy and you jump onto cars during like highway chases. That was more cool. And then I'm there playing like Medieval with a silly skeleton man.
Yeah, that's still like that's so stupid. A cop jumping on cars. Like, that's the whole.
I know, but like back then I was embarrassed that I was playing a baby game.
Oh, what?
And then I don't know why, but like nowadays I'm like, oh my god, Astro's Playroom. I want to play it. I just want to buy a PS5 for that reason alone.
I mean, I even remember going through phases like that with games because when I was like in secondary school, the biggest game was Black Ops 2. And like we would just like talk about it in the day, and then be like, all right, boys, when we go home, we're gonna get on, we're gonna play some zombies, then we're gonna do an hour of like multiplayer, and like we like plan it out, and like we just played the fuck out of that game. But then me being me, I'd also be like, I'd still want to play like shit like Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I think there's like a thing of like, I think you get over it as you get older. Like, I remember when we played Rayman 3, I think a little while ago, and I used to, if I was playing a game where you could kind of control the walk cycle or do something cool, if an adult walked,
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
If an adult walked in the room, I would specifically try and make it look as epic as possible. When it's just this 2D man with floating arms walking really slowly to some cool music, I'd be like, shit, they think I'm cool.
God, they think this guy's cool. How cool do they think I am?
Yeah. And then you get older and you're like, I don't care. Like, if I want to play like, I don't know, Donald Duck, like, or Bugs Bunny, like Lost in Time, I'll play it.
Yeah.
But there is still a thing, especially if people aren't into games. Like I was playing Spider-Man in front of Amanda the other day. She doesn't know the first thing about games, and I've tried to tell her like games aren't Pac-Man anymore. Games aren't Tetris anymore. Yeah. Tetris is amazing. Pac-Man's amazing, but
that's not what games.
So I specifically, I feel cringy even doing this. I played the intro to God of War. I set up God of War,
right,
and put it on. I'll see like the intro sequence and everything leading up to the first fight with Boulder. And she was like, "Oh, what film are you watching?"
Nice.
And I was like,
"No, big flex.
There you go, gaming,
gaming. This is gaming." That's such a big flex.
And then I'm there playing Crash Bandicoot 4.
But yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, you're playing video games?"
That's awesome. I love that. Like, it's always great when you like someone who doesn't really do video games gets to like kind of experience it with you. Because we would do that a lot, like with Dad, because Dad doesn't really, obviously, like he doesn't really get video games, but we'd like do a whole playthrough of like playing like something like God of War, and he would just kind of be sitting there watching it, like enthralled in it, like it was a TV show or a movie. Yeah, he'd still make fun of it and be like, "How you fucking died to a to that." I don't know.
No, yeah, you're right, and like. The thing is, as well, that game is that we played through that game together, but we still had to grind some bits. So we played that for like 40 hours, probably, maybe 30. And Dad watched the entire time, essentially.
Yeah. But then he would never play it himself. Though. That's the thing, which I always find interesting. A lot of people they like watching it, they just don't want to play it.
Yeah. Same with I guess Last of Us too.
Yeah.
He watched a lot of that as well. I guess it has to be certain types of either it's really gamey, like a platformer, like Crash Bandicoot or something, and they can understand, they can play it, they can see that there's a typical enjoyment that you would expect to get from a game, or it's that end of it and it's story-driven, scripted, acting. Because in between, if you were playing COD or you were playing Rainbow Six or whatever, and like your mum or like Nan or someone came in, they would think that's a video game.
Yeah.
Like that's the typical version of a video game nowadays. That's
plus with like especially like a parent or something, it's way easier to explain to them if you are sat playing Crash Bandicoot, it's way easier to explain to them that you just go forward, avoid the obstacles, and collect the Wumpa fruits, than it is to explain like all the like fucking intricate like details and mechanics of something like The Last of Us 2.
Yeah. Like, oh, I've got to crouch down and stealth section through this bit. I can sneak up on people. I've got to use my listen mode to, listen out for clickers, zombies, and it's
It's like the entire reason I'm doing this is because in the first game there was this guy who did this thing, and then and now he Whereas it's like I'm just a fucking stupid cartoon rat man who just runs around spinning into fucking giant pieces of wood.
Yeah. That's all you need to know. I'm just looking at some of the things I had set up. Oh, wait, I want to show you this as well. Spider-Man. This is I wanted a good thing and a bad thing to show you. So I showed you a really glitchy moment that was fucked.
Okay.
But here's something. There you go.
Just out of curiosity, how far are you into the game now?
I don't know. Oh wait, look. If you look in general.
Yeah, I'm looking at the cat now. That's. So I've seen this. I've seen like the whole cat Spider-Man thing. I don't get it. Like.
What's there not to get?
First of all, why does he have a cat? Why is it in his backpack?
God, have you even read a Spider-Man comic?
Yes, I have actually, and I don't remember any cats.
Wow.
I don't know if that's in the modern current universe Miles Morales, but in the OG Ultimate Spider-Man comic, there was no cat.
No, it's just like you can do like some side missions. They're not even story ones. They're just helping out people on the street. Oh, I've lost my cat. You save the cat, you put it in your backpack, and you swing around to get it back to its owner.
Oh, okay.
But while you're swinging around, the cat peeks out and does.
Okay,
shit.
that's awesome.
So I was looking on my desktop for stuff, and I was like, so I just wanted to show people that how easy it is to kind of fool people about PS5s and shit. Sending it now. This is the picture I sent to our mum.
Yeah.
Last week, pretending that it had arrived, and that I was pretending that she had bought it. I was like, "Mum, thank you so much. Like, I can't believe you bought this.
I can't believe you got me this."
And she was like, "Haha, I didn't get you that. But how did you get that?" It's like, no.
It's like, if you take more than like a second to look at it, you can kind of realize, like, yeah, this isn't real. But
although I'd say the size is probably accurate. My God, that thing looks like a fucking monstrosity.
I did not realize until I saw people putting up their like pictures of it, of like showing how big it actually is.
It's like the height of two babies stacked on top of each other.
It's insane. I want to know how heavy it is as well. Because
probably a few megatons.
Because like my PS4, I can just like slide that into my backpack if I need to like take it somewhere.
Yeah.
No chance. Not with
oh
the PS5.
Yeah, shit. How hard is that going to be to like just maneuver around? And even when you see it laid down on people's like desktops or whatever, and it just looks weird.
I don't know how I feel about this generation's consoles, just in terms of look, because you have the one that's literally just the fridge, Xbox fridge, really funny joke, or this weird, ridiculously sci-fi looking thing with like.
I do like the more I look at it. I mean, obviously, I've got my one here, which I'll just show a little peek of again.
Ooh, don't go showing too much.
Next letter of the code is A, so that's G and
correct.
A. But yeah, so like, it looks space age and weird, but I kind of appreciate that they've done something like that. And I actually even like the Xbox design because it just looks like it's just a brick. It's a fucking brick.
I do weirdly like it. People roast it way too much.
Yeah. But like, I was listening to something earlier. Maybe it was I can't remember what it was, but it was like people were saying like when someone comes into your home who doesn't know what a gaming machine is, they won't think twice to look at the Xbox Series X. If you have a PS5 sat out on public display, people, it's like you'll have someone around for like brandy, and they're there, and they'll drop the brandy in slow motion. I was like, what the fuck is that?
Good heavens, my man. What is this device?
My.
What do we have here? This alien cryptic devices? It's such a big flex to have something like that as well. Because it's big, it's bold, it's brash. But...
Oh god, random side note. The other day, I started getting this pain in my back, like not in my back, but like lower, kind of like left, like lung area, like lats,
right,
like kind of here behind.
Yeah.
I was telling Amanda about it, and I was like, oh my god, like it hurt to breathe, like I couldn't do anything. It just came out of nowhere. And I was like, this is clearly because I did some working out the day before and I've sprained it or twisted something weird. I knew that's what it was. And then she has to say to me, oh my God, is your lung collapsing? I was like, huh?
Excuse me.
I was like, Tim Allen, fucking. And I'm telling the story. I just want to get a picture of Tim Allen.
Yeah, do that. That's good.
Tim Allen funny noise. Every grunt from Home Improvement.
I really need to watch Home Improvement. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're streaming. Why does he grunt?
Because it's funny.
No, I mean it's hilarious.
Funny man.
I just want to know why.
Fuck knows. Because they needed. I mean, this was what 90s TV.
I guess.
Oh my god.
That's inappropriate.
Oh my god.
What was the concept of the show? Like,
he had a show, like a DIY kind of home improvement show. He was like a talk show thing.
right.
But then he also had his family life. And he was quirky and things never went to plan. But he had a good heart, but he was a bit grumpy.
Heart of gold, but he was a mean old grump. Oh.
Right, this needs to be in the thumbnail if we can get like a high res. This is great stuff.
Yeah, that's some really quality content.
Ho ho ho.
Ho ho ho.
We'll get into more Tim Allen nonsense in a minute, but I just want to finish my story. Right, so she was telling me, are you sure your lung hasn't collapsed? And obviously I was like, what the fuck?
What does that even mean?
What do you mean? It's my lung collapsing? And she was like, it can happen gradually. You can have that pain, and you could wake up the next day, and one of your lungs is like collapsed from one side, and you die.
And you die.
And I was like, this was as I was about to go to bed, and I just didn't sleep.
It's
I was
like,
like, I've never had to think of that before, and I googled it, I WebMD'd it.
And it's real?
No, it doesn't happen like that.
Uh...
The whole day I was out, I was so worried that like my time was running out. Like I was on a ticking clock.
You were on your
my
final
lungs are falling
days.
out of my fucking body. But no, it was all good. It's just I was like, I don't ever want to feel that stressed again.
Did you get like genuinely mad at her? Because I would, because I'd be like, you like ruined my entire day because you told me this thing that's completely fucking untrue.
Yeah. But it's all right. My lung isn't collapsing, that I know of.
That's good.
But I was trying to think. Tim Allen. Oh, I had to watch. She might be listening because I think she stopped doing her stuff now. She made me watch Christmas with the Cranks.
Okay, well, you said that like it was it was taboo, but
she made me watch Christmas with the Cranks. Yes.
Like, yeah, that's your confession. That I don't know why you say it like that. That's a genuinely good Christmas movie.
No, it's not.
I didn't say it was a good movie. I said it was a good Christmas movie.
Is it though?
Yes.
It's still pretty bad.
Yeah. No. Do you not get like just Christmassy vibes from that movie? Because I remember Mum having that movie on when we were like younger, and I don't know why. It gives me that throwback vibe.
I suppose there were some moments where I was like, oh, okay, you know, like the bit where they're tanning and you get to see Tim Allen's disgusting humanoid like ballsack body tanned up,
yeah,
talking to a priest. I was like,
he looks like
okay.
like in that weird episode of SpongeBob where they like go to like the tanning beach. Something like that.
It's just the film isn't great. I mean, it was super like. And then you got the kid from Malcolm in the Middle, and they're doing this weird shit.
They like, doesn't he like chase him down the street and like attack him? Like Tim Allen attacks him.
Yeah, he bludgeons him to death.
That's pretty awesome.
He like starts curb stomping him. It's like American History X.
Except it's the weird little kid from Malcolm in the Middle.
I think his name was Dewey in Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah, it was Dewey, Malcolm, and
Reese, the older brother.
There was a fourth brother, wasn't there? Who like had like his own side story.
The older brother who had that Asian girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. And he was in the army or something.
Yeah, he had a whole. Yeah, he got kicked out or something. I don't remember.
Yeah. Great series, actually. So.
Very good.
Yeah, I can't remember where I was going with all that. There was something to be said about Tim Allen, but
Christmas. Well, you said you watched Christmas with the Cranks, and you just don't really like it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, oh no, okay, there was something else we watched. There is a show. I might actually do a video on this because I couldn't contain my disdain for it. It's called Dash and Lily, and it's on Netflix, and it's a Christmas season of TV. It's like 8 episodes or something. They're like 20 minutes, 40 minutes long.
Why are you already watching Christmas stuff though? I don't get that because it's still like.
I have already watched about 10 Christmas films.
It's not even halfway through November.
I didn't get a Christmas last year. I was on a ship in the Canary.
I suppose that's kind of true.
So I thought we both thought we'd try and catch on early this time. But this show is the example of, hi, I'm a 70-year-old white man in Hollywood. I'm gonna write a thing for teenagers, and it just doesn't work. It's awful. You've got this young Asian girl called Lily who loves Christmas, and she's sweet and charming, but she was bullied at school, and she's really quirky, and she wears like mismatched shoes and stuff. Haha, teehee. And the premise is she is lonely at Christmas. She leaves a little red book that's like a journal, and she writes, whoever finds this book, I want to get to know you, and you want to get to know me. And a guy finds it in the library, and they start this like back and forth, trying to like hiding the diary in places, getting each other to do things, knowing each other through the diary. But this show had to hit every demographic. You've got the transgenders, you've got like black lesbians, you've got Jews that are punk rockers.
Rock Jews.
You've got everything. That's
our new band name.
Yeah. But you've got everything under the sun. Every stereotype you can imagine. And we were predicting it as it went by. I was like, in the next 3 episodes, this is going to happen. I didn't expect it to, do that. And it did. It literally did everything I predicted.
Oh.
And I still watched the whole thing.
Yeah, you can't even complain. You watched the whole thing.
Says the guy who watched the entirety of Space Force. Thanks to you, it's been renewed for a 2nd season.
That I did that for the purpose of journalism and structural.
You did it.
Structural critique.
You did it because you wanted to support. You wanted to watch Steve Carell because he's funny. You thought this was going to be funny, and you were wrong.
No, I didn't think it was going to be funny. That's why I watched it. And if you want to go watch my video on it, link in description.
Go watch Space Force Yikes.
Yeah, I think I don't even remember what I called it. Yeah, but yeah, go watch that because I might have been pleasantly surprised. Yeah, I don't really care, but I will watch it when it comes out though. That's the thing.
It's funny though how much you watch stuff on a whim and then you forget about things instantly, and it's like this Dash and Lily show must have been like 8 hours of our lives we watched. Some of it is kind of cute, some of it's charming and whatever, but my lord, was it bad. But we still watched the whole thing, and next week I probably won't remember it.
That's sad.
And I could have been doing other things.
Could have been watching a genuinely good show or working on.
Yeah, like I could have been watching Home Improvement.
Could have been watching Home Improvement.
I have a picture here, and I don't know why. There's no story to this. I just had it, so I'll just drop it in.
Okay. Oh, I forgot. I have something I want to.
I don't know why I have this.
That's
I
pretty.
think I was going to make some kind of statement, but
that's kind of cool.
It is pretty dope, actually.
It's funny to me that I don't know. There's so many weird things about this photo. The weirdest thing to me though is that Brian is smoking.
Yeah, but don't you remember what, like Brian used to be like?
He was a heavy
intellectual smoker.
I know that. It's just funny that that's the image of him you would choose to get tattooed on yourself.
Yeah, but it's cool. Brian Griffin, like wicked.
Damn, I so regret getting that Rip Brian Griffin tattoo.
You shouldn't have done that.
I know.
Because you didn't only get that. You got like Stewie Griffin crying.
Yeah, yeah. I mean
Saying,
that
"Oh,
one that
no,
one's
Bri,
fine, but Brian, no. I have something I want to show because we've been doing these little I don't know what to call them, like things.
Show and tell.
Show and tell. No, this is a bit different. Kind of just like a famous fable from the internet.
Oh, okay. Famous fables. Yeah, there we go.
Famous fables. Share your screen.
Go on
then. Screen. Right. I think this should.
Right. Let's see what kind of
Let's see if I can.
horrible things.
Let's see if I can zoom in. So, are you aware of the poop knife?
I feel like I have heard of this, but enlighten me again.
I'm gonna go through it with you because.
Okay. Is this is this like Homer's Odyssey?
In a sense, yes.
Nice.
It's kind of similar to the OA.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I couldn't find the original post because I think it's been deleted. But basically, on r/confessions a few years ago, someone posted a story about a poop knife. This guy who, as he says here, his family poops big. Maybe it's genetic, maybe it's their diet. They don't know. But everyone in their family fucking clogs the shit out of the toilet. Like
I like the use of the word vortex.
Vortex of draining water. Merely gives it a spin as it mocks you.
The cortex vortex.
Okay. Growing up, this was a common enough occurrence that their family had a poop knife. An old rusty kitchen knife that hung on a nail in the laundry room. Now, already a question. Why isn't it in the bathroom?
Why is it still referred to as kitchen knife?
It's a kitchen knife.
Was it still used?
Let's keep going through the story.
Go on.
It was normal to walk through the hallway and have someone call out, "Hey, can you get me the poop knife?" Because
that's a close family.
Yeah, I appreciate
Don't knock them for that.
They're clearly like really close. This family.
Yeah, that's kind of cute. Honestly.
It's like that they say it was standard kit. You
nice.
have a plunger, your toilet brush, and your poop knife. Now,
every scout's equipment.
Yeah, every scout has to have this like on their person when they go into the wilderness. But like, if you have a plunger, why do you need the poop knife? Don't they do the same job?
Yeah, but plungers act as like a hole, don't they? It's like the entire surface, whereas a knife, you can really get in there and like, chip away at it.
I suppose so.
You're just not thinking of it like in an engineering kind of sense, logistically.
So anyway, let's go ahead. Fast forward to him being 22. It's been a day or two between poops. So I guess the reason they're so big is because they just wait so long between. I feel him there. But I assume that's because he just has a very fibrous diet. I don't know if that's a genetic thing. So
let's continue. Maybe we'll find out.
So his friend was the local dealer and always had guests over.
Wait, dealer of just drugs or poop? Like poop?
Never mind. Well, it's unclear whether he's a poop dealer or a drug dealer, but...
Right.
But you can't buy weed without sitting on your ass and sampling it for an hour, obviously. And I excuse myself to lay a gigantic, well, as he says.
I don't appreciate the use of the word "lay" there.
Bit unnecessary.
Okay. Yeah.
And somehow it's sideways. So he cracks the door and calls out, and he asks his friend for a poop knife. My what? Your poop knife, I say. I need to use it, please.
I say. Good sir.
What the fuck is a poop knife? Now, obviously, maybe he has a more delicate name for it. You know, maybe
Of
he
course.
just calls it something else. A fecal cleaver, a dung divider,
Guano glaive.
guanoglaive.
That's some Demon Soul stuff there.
So they start laughing, blah blah
Yeah.
blah.
Huh.
Everyone, you know, fucking starts taking the piss out of him because no one else has a poop knife, just this guy, which is a bit embarrassing to be honest. You know, you just assume your friends have a poop knife.
Yeah, that's almost embarrassing as playing Medieval on the PSP.
Now, remember, this guy is a bit older now. He has a wife.
At 22?
At 22, he has a wife.
Fair enough.
A little bit of a flex on you, but okay, well.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. He tells his wife. She thinks it's funny. But she's also horrified. It turns out that she did not know what a poop knife was and has been using the old rusty knife hanging in the utility closet as a basic utility knife.
Bruh.
Bruh. The thing that ruins this story for me is that he says, "Oh, but she only used it to open Amazon boxes."
Now, that's a lie.
That
He's lying.
100%. He knows his wife's been using the poop knife, or rather, the wife realized that, and she was too embarrassed to admit that she's using the poop knife.
I love how the very end of this. All right, I haven't read the edit at the bottom, but she will be getting her own utility knife now. He's still not getting rid of the poop knife.
I find that a bit funny as well. He's learnt this, that no one else uses them, and he's still going to continue to use it. So, okay, in the edit, this was my biggest question as well. Why was it in the laundry room? Why wasn't the knife kept, you know, like in the bathroom? He said that because his family only had one poop knife, and they had 3 bathrooms. Now,
just use 2 other knives.
Just get 2 more knives. It's not that hard.
Just get a fucking whisk instead. Get something else other than a knife.
Would be more practical. Honestly.
Get a drill. Just get a drill bit that's massive, like the big, like speared concrete ones, and just go in at it.
Yeah. Just
wear a face guard, a shield.
Get a nice like gas mask, like a fucking World War II German one.
This was a story I didn't need just before I have dinner.
Well,
in the next like 20 minutes.
I just needed to get this off my chest.
And I see you've got something else to get off your chest, and I don't want to leave it up there without acknowledging it, because I feel like if we leave it there and people see it, they'll think that you're sexist.
Well,
now I know we spoke about this last time.
If I show what it is, it proves how much of a sexist I am.
Can you bring up your first case for the court?
Can I present it? Like, will
please
that
do.
work?
Please do, sir. I will. We need like a gavolt or something. We need to do like a content court kind of thing here. But
that'd be pretty good. Can you see this as a presentation?
I can see this, yes, as a presentation.
Okay. So obviously, this started out as I was just having a discussion with someone, and just talking about the wage gap, and I'm like, it's not that it doesn't exist; it's just not what people think it is.
Before we continue, I'm going to be completely unbiased here, and I'm just going to impartial. I don't know what's going on. I don't even understand women's NBA, but yeah. So go for it. I am the juror.
So yeah, it started out as a basic discussion about the wage gap because women aren't paid less. That whole thing people say, women aren't like. If you went by hour of how much they get paid, they don't earn less. But overall, women, they go for lower paying jobs. They don't necessarily work as much as men. Yeah. This isn't a sexist
They go for lower job roles, and they try and get they act entitled.
Yeah, no.
Joking, of course.
Wait, I need to put on my glasses so I look really smart.
Yeah.
This isn't like a sexist thing. This is just fact. This is statistics that could be looked up and proven.
Proceed.
And it went on to a discussion about the WNBA because there's a huge movement of WNBA players wanting more money. Now I'm gonna prove statistically why they don't deserve it.
Okay, my body is ready.
So I'm gonna go through statistics, and for comparison's sake,
Ooh, damn.
the WNBA was founded in 1996. That's 24 years ago. The NBA has existed for a lot longer than that.
Just a tiny bit, yeah.
A little bit longer. So I'm going to compare statistics from within this time period.
Okay.
Just for the sake of argument. So within the same time. Average NBA points per game, for a team, averagely they would score something around this, 110, 112. The WNBA, 86 points. It's not quite as good, is it?
That's pretty bad. Come on, women.
Because obviously,
come on, ladies.
When you go to watch a game, you want to watch an exciting, high-scoring game. That makes it.
I will state that is a big difference, but it's not astronomically.
Because there are going to be NBA games that score less than this, even. But this obviously isn't the most compelling argument. Now, dunks. Everyone loves a good dunk when they watch a basketball game. You love watching LeBron, slam that shit down.
Kobe,
obviously. Kobe, the real one.
Yeah.
Now, average NBA dunks since 2001. So overall, roughly since 2001, there have been 163,601 dunks.
1,000.
Yes. That's a lot.
9,000 per season. It's nearly over 9,000.
That's a lot.
Check.
That's a really good meme. Now, this is a very high stat. Let's look at.
That's a very high stat. Yes.
Let's look at the WNBA.
You're convincing me. Good Lord. I can't attest to this. I feel like there is something. Evidence has been tampered with here. This cannot be right.
This is true.
Since creation.
So this is the NBA scored this amount in less time as well. And I said here, 13 of them were by one person.
This can't. No. Okay. Yep. No. You're winning me over.
Yeah. Yeah. See,
I believe everything that I see without challenging it.
So I believe I have more statistics to show. Average NBA player height is 6'7".
Oh, now you're just getting into.
No. This means something. Okay.
All right.
The average WNBA player height is 6 foot, which is a lot less. It's still taller than me. I can't.
And me. Yeah.
And obviously, remember that a basketball hoop is about 10 feet, I think.
Yeah.
So you can be like, okay, well, maybe they just can't reach it. The shortest player in NBA history to dunk is 5'7". So a woman could dunk. They just don't. They can practice and learn.
I'm really liking your slogan to go on all the t-shirts and the merch that we're gonna make right now.
Women can.
They can dunk. They just don't.
They don't. It's pretty sad, but I don't know the specifics of the body types of men and women, but women say they can do everything a man can do.
They do.
Well,
this is very compelling evidence.
It's very compelling. Obviously, this is just dunks. This is just comparing skill.
Have you more to this?
Yes. Okay. So the best players. Okay. Everyone knows MJ. Michael Jordan is
Michael Jack. Oh, yeah.
Probably the best player of all time in the NBA.
Yeah. And the best player of all time was actually the other MJ, but with kids.
Yes, but that was playing with children. Okay. So this woman, Diana Taurasi, is generally considered the best WNBA player. Now, so this is the wrong way around, by the way. MJ actually scores 30 points per game. She scores.
No. I'm sorry. I can only look at things.
No. I'm just gonna skip. That. But yeah. So that's just. I had more specifics, but it doesn't really work as well because they don't play the same role.
Okay.
But
that's a very clear. There is still a picture you're painting here.
Yeah. So generally, the bar of skill, what I'm trying to say, is much higher in the NBA.
Yeah.
So, Brittany Greiner, you might not know who she is. She's a center. I don't remember which team she plays for. But she's like one of the biggest in this movement of
in this golden era of WNBA.
She's the one who's always out there saying, female basketball players are just as good as men and deserve to be paid just as much.
Okay.
Now, and this guy here, DeMarcus Cousins, she's come out and said that she could beat him one-on-one. She can't. Absolutely not. Every single one of these
the statistics here. Yeah.
She can't.
She can't.
Field goals, some of them are close. I'll give him that. But in almost every single one, he destroys her.
Yeah.
And
that's not damning evidence.
He wouldn't necessarily even be considered the best. She is. It's
wow.
It's pathetic, honestly. Even look at free throws.
Tragic.
They score 4. He scores 5. If you round it up, it's 6.
The thing is, you're
more points per game.
Yep. You're not just painting me a picture that the WNBA should be paid more. You're painting me a picture that they shouldn't be paid at all.
Well,
in fact, why aren't we just cancelling the whole thing?
Well, because sexism. There's more stats. These are more specific things. WNBA, the highest scorer of all time, scored 8,000 points across 437 games. That's not bad. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Only 20 players though has ever scored over 5,000 points across their entire careers. This guy Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who is
great actor.
He was great in that one episode of The Big Bang Theory he was in. I just, I'm really bored of doing this whole act now. I don't really care anymore. Basically, he scored a lot of points, but he also played more games. So I did the math, found out that if he'd have played that exact amount of games, he still would have scored way more points than her. Looking at LeBron, he, in his first 3 years, while he was still 19 years old, he played 238 games and scored over 6,000 points.
That's insane.
That's far better.
Although I believe me and the rest of the jurors would now agree that you are just kind of simping
for LeBron
on different players now. What's the next slide, please?
Do I have another slide? Oh, I was going to put more in, but this is all I have at the moment. WNBA makes $60 million a year, with $12 million being distributed to its players.
Right.
Again, nothing to sneeze at. That's a lot of money.
No.
NBA makes $8.5 billion a year. It's just.
Yeah. Okay.
You're not gonna play if you're playing in this league. You're not gonna make as much. You can be the worst player in the NBA, and you're still gonna make more.
Bank.
You're gonna make more. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say.
That was a fantastic presentation, and I would I don't have a gavel, but
if you had one, you would bang it.
Women deserve less.
Women deserve less.
Well, I mean that's what your thing says. It's not even women NBA deserve less. It's just women.
No, I just wanted something.
And you're basing the entirety of their race on women's basketball. Imagine if you're in the Supreme Court and it's like this is like 2,150 the year, and you're like fighting against women. You're like, this is why they don't deserve to exist.
Like, we can't
look at these WNBA stats.
It's like, what about women who are doctors and women who are CEOs of fucking tech companies? No. Basketball.
Well, look. On that note, that I've got to go, but that was some intriguing stuff. That was powerful stuff.
By the way,
and that's the kind of thing we want to bring on our last episode.
There's way more stats about the actual money that the WNBA brings in that basically prove, like, even
I
in
would like you to
percentage, but don't worry
insane.
about that. I just thought the actual stats were more interesting.
I would in the next couple of weeks, I'd like you to prepare another case of. Could you compare? Is there a comparison to be made between disabled basketball and women's basketball?
Well, I feel like disabled basketball players would probably be better.
Yeah, I suspected as much.
There's sorry not to just keep you here just for the sake of it, but there's some really funny clips of WNBA, like that. You know how you see like the top 10 plays or whatever and it's like top 10 WNBA plays of all time.
Yeah.
Like actually done by ESPN or whoever. They're really bad especially when you compare them to. And it sucks because you want to be like that, be able to say like, no, of course they're just as good. Of course, like, they have, and they could be.
Well, because in many fields, in a lot of sports and or other things like recreational entertainment and stuff, there are like times where women are matching men or outclassing us. But this is an instance where they don't just even come close; they just fall out the bottom of the chasm.
Yeah. And then you see all of them like throwing their toys out the pram because they're not paid as much. Of course you're fucking not. They have like 1,000 people go to one of their games. NBA's got like fucking
stadiums of like
full stadiums.
Honestly, they should just be thankful of what we've given them. So
yeah, women. Jeez.
Yeah.
God, people are gonna hate me.
Well,
actually,
you've made your case. You've made a compelling argument there. So.
We're gonna, but like, people are gonna find this like years from now. I'll never get hired.
No, this is just satire, but it's also true.
Well, that's the thing. I'm making a joke about these kind of channels who do this kind of stuff, but it's also.
But the joke has become reality.
The joke became true when I actually did my research.
Oh, all right. Well.
Yeah, I guess.
Very enlightening episode. We didn't talk about too much, but I think what we did speak about was potent and
video games and
women bad.
Women equal bad.
Right now, I've got to go downstairs because my woman is currently cooking. So.
Of course she is. Of course.
Exactly.
As she should. All right.
Thanks for listening or watching our final episode.
Thank you for watching.
Oh, and the last code, if anyone is still interested, even though obviously by now I don't have a PS5, it was all a lie.
Wait, what?
The last part of the code is Y. So you have G, A, and Y.
If you search that into the search tab above you, Google it, that should come up with your code for the...
Yeah, I think it will come up on like Honey or something, so you can just use the code from there on like Amazon or Best Buy or whatever. So yeah, have fun with that, guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for
watching.
We're done.
Women suck.